Hello, it's been a very long time since I put anything up in my channel, so very welcome back. It's I've been really busy with other stuff, so I haven't had time to actually film, and in all honesty, I hadn't had the drive either. I had been working on a couple of videos which I just scrapped. It just wasn't anything I wanted, so I didn't even bother. But I came up with this idea because I wanted to do something to keep my mind occupied. And so, yeah, this video is definitely going to be something different. It's more of a how-to crafts corner where we are actually going to learn how to turn, well, basically we're going to learn how to do this out of this. So if you're interested, just sit back and enjoy. And also, obviously, contacts. Eyes are still trying to get used to it. So, you know, like when you first get them, you have to wear them for only a couple of hours a day for a few days. And then you wear them longer and longer. So, yeah. Welcome back. Sit back and enjoy. Bye. So the first thing you need, obviously, like I showed in the picture, is a jar of some sort. I prefer glass because when you end up adding the hot glue, it will not melt the plastic. I usually use mason jars, but I am actually gonna do one using an old pasta sauce jar. So, prego. I'm gonna try with this one, but this is actually obviously the base, which is very much needed, and glass is the best way to go because plastic you end up hurting yourself. So yeah. Another item you will need is obviously the craft sticks. These are sold in bundles. These are the bundles that they come in. I've had these forever, as well as these tiny ones. These I actually found in this little bundle. And I got them for 99 cents at the 99-cent store. And I also found these little skewers, which I want to try them out for the first time today. And I'm going to see how it goes. But this is basically kind of like little prongs. So yeah, can't wait to see what happens with these. But definitely need at least one pack. Well, depending on how many you're doing. But yeah, this is another item which you need, like, as I showed in the picture. Another item you need is the, well, optional item you need, or you might use, is twine. Now, I've had this spool of twine for years, and yeah, I got it on Amazon. Again, this isn't a necessity. It's sort of like an optional. It's just basically for decoration purposes. But I have seen that it gives it a more elevated look, and yeah, it's actually quite easy to store and easy to work with. So yeah. Another item which you will definitely need is wood staining markers. Now these are usually used, you know, if there's a nick in a wood furniture, fill it up, wipe it off, and everything's better. I got these through Amazon. Anything I bought through Amazon, I'm gonna put the link, not the link, but you know, the price of it. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can get a link for you in the description below. These are new. I found these also at the 99-cent store, and these actually work a little better, but these you need to make sure that you're working in a ventilated area because it does give off some fumes, but the end product is amazing. And these, for 99 cents, this is not bad at all. I'm like, these are amazing, and they come in different shades. So we're gonna try them out today. First time trying them out, and I think these are more like markers though, but you still have to go through the whole process because once you stain the wood, which is why you need the rag, you wipe it off like immediately after, so that the excess gets taken off, and the wood is finished extremely well. One of the reasons why I love these so much is because they actually show the wood grain incredibly well once they've been stained. I stained this little stick with it, and as you can tell, the difference, because I only do one side, is amazing. So yeah, you'll definitely need some wood staining markers. Of course, the last item, as you saw in the picture, is the glue gun, a hot glue gun. This is, without this, none of it would be possible to make. So yeah, use any glue gun you have. It all works just as well. So as you can see, I've already stained all of the, well, most of the sticks, and I am going to show you exactly how it is that they are stained. Now, this is the one which I love the color because it gives it a little cherry red finish. So you just, again, as I mentioned earlier, you just start coloring them in, and add a few more. And once you have it colored in, you just run your rag and rub it down, cleaning the excess, and you rub it until it doesn't feel sticky anymore. Once the stickiness, the tackiness is done, this one still needs a little more, you're finished and your little stick is stained. So then you just flip it over and do the same to the other end. Just completely coat the one side and the edges, because ultimately those are the ones that are going to be seen. You don't need to worry about finishing the back, but that's pretty much how this one works. And I do love the finished color, the finish that it gives. Now this is the other one I was mentioning. Definitely need to be in a ventilated area. And you pretty much do the same thing. You just, for some reason, I am not getting really good control over this one. But it's okay, because the job will be done. And what I do love about the staining process is that if it's just plain, you really don't get to appreciate the grain in the wood. But once you stain it, it sort of comes to life, showing you all of the little designs that are naturally in there, which is what I love. Again, you just color it in. and clean the excess with your rag. The best part is, again, once you do stain it and you see the grains, certain areas will obviously take darker colors than others. I guess it has to do with how dense the knot is, because you can actually see where this was part of the tree that had a knot in it. And I will actually continue to do this with these little skewers. I've got to figure out how this one's gonna go, because I might have a little more difficulty if I cannot stain this properly, especially within there's my problem. I see it now. I don't believe I'm going to be able to use these after all, because they have this pronged area. Excuse me. They have this pronged area which I cannot get inside that groove that's right in here. I don't know if you can see that properly, but there's a pronged, there it is, you can see it there. There's a pronged area, and I can't seem to be able to stain the inside in between the prongs. So this idea is gonna have to be scrapped. So I'm just gonna stick with those and we'll see how it goes. Well, it's time to put everything together. And as you can see, I did take the time to actually do the little ones. If you saw the picture in the beginning, then you obviously saw that. But it's time to glue everything together. First, the lid must always come off, just in case the heat from the hot glue gun could actually cause a vacuum, and it makes it that much harder to open afterwards. So, just simple glue. Everything in place, adding my little fake foliage just all around the top. To encircle it, putting it in different angles to give it a little more character. And of course, you don't need me to say that you definitely need to be careful with the hot glue, because it's wonderfully hot. And me being me, I have glued myself to many objects in the past. And the burns. Those are never fun. The burns are never, ever, ever fun. I like these little fern-looking leaves. They have a lot more life. And the mobility that it gives them, just wind. Actually add a little more here. This one up higher. And this one as well. This. Yeah. As you can see, I think one could definitely fit right in here. This one. Let's have an extra one. I think she will go in here. Perfect. And there's the preliminaries. Now comes the part where we begin to glue the sticks. And all you have to make sure is that they come to the base. And that's all you have to worry about. Make sure that the glue goes up 3/4 of the way, and voila. So we just end up gluing the rest of the sticks all the way around, and I'll do that once I'm off camera so I don't bore you to death. So once you've glued all of your larger sticks all the way around, you start gluing the smaller ones. It not only gives it a incredible fun visual texture, but it also alternates all the colors, and it helps build up the base because you're basically gluing them around. And again, simple hot glue gun, and press it in place. And you just continue the same thing all the way around. Now, when you glue these around, you will always have one that sticks up. This is the one that I always see as the back, which also helps guide the other ones into place. So I'm going to continue gluing these, and then we'll continue with the rest. Be back in a bit. So about the next step, yeah, I got so involved into actually doing it, and then I ended up also watching Holland's drag race that I totally forgot to record. So yeah, you already saw the picture in the beginning, so this is it. But I can still show you how I managed to do this part, which is rather simple. As I don't know if you can see that there's grooves in between these little suckers right here. So what I did was basically at the bottom added glue to fill that little groove, and using the tail end of the twine, I pressed it into it just to make it flush with the rest of the surface. Once it was flushed in there, once it's already flushed and glued down, you start bending it out like this, and just running it down all the way around, adding a little bit of glue as you go along to make sure it's secured. Now I do that glue all the way around for the first 4 or 5 rows. Once that's done, as I continue to pull taut and just circling it, I end up only adding glue in certain areas, but at least in one spot in every row. Like maybe in one dot in the front and one in the back, or you know, but still coiling it very taut until you get to the very end. Once you get to the very end, I ended up putting the glue inside, sticking the little nozzle of the hot glue gun inside, and with a toothpick, once I cut it to size, probably like not even half an inch, but close to it. With a toothpick, I just ended up pushing it into the glue to secure it in place. And that's how you ended up with this one. Now, if you've been following me for a while and you probably like about a year or so, you know I have been posting some that I've done in the past. Here is one. Whoa! Here is one that I did. This one, I actually, I don't know if you can see it, but I actually glued rocks, little tiny rocks all the way around, and added some more rocks inside for more weight. That way, you know, my grandma can actually, what she actually uses this one for is, she loves her little fake flowers because they never die. Which she's got a point, but this is what she uses it for. And another one that I did was very similar to this one without the added little prongs in the front. But yeah, this time it's, you know, giving it some more. I like the way these all look because it gives it a sort of rustic country feel to them. And yeah. Now this is one that obviously didn't have the grooves in between the prongs that the other ones did. That made it a little easier to deal with, but it wasn't that much difficult. If you remember, I did mention that when you start laying down the larger ones, there's always that one that sits above the others. And I used that one as the guide to start laying the rest, the little ones, all the way around. Well, because this one sits up, there's always a small little gap between the large one and the small one, a groove that goes right in there. That's what I use to add the glue and stuff it with a toothpick. So yeah, that's pretty much all it is to it. And you end up with a really cute looking, you know, ornamental vase. Or as one of my friends who I ended up gifting one of these who uses it for, she actually uses it for her makeup brushes. So you can use it for anything, you know, pen holder, makeup brush holder, whatever. And you can pretty much dye it any color you want because there are different shades, as you can see here. That's one of the reasons I used, actually I used 3 different shades in here, but they all kind of look, the red hue tends to look very similar. So it's very minute, the difference. But yeah, it's fun. It's a bit tedious. It would be a great project to work with kids if you actually use the other pens, the ones that if you find the ones that I found at the 99-cent store, because those have no fumes. So yeah, just keep them busy. All right, thanks for coming to my channel. Hope you liked it. And if you try it, let me know, and share your pictures with me on Twitter. So have fun. Bye.